State Parks and the State University of New York to present aviation educational opportunities to our fellow New Yorkers. It is fitting to start the show with these training aircraft because all of today's amazing airshow pilots started their flying careers in single-engine turbines like the ones we are flying today. This presentation is all about professional pilot graduates, all of whom work for us. Certified flight instructors. Let me introduce to you certified flight instructor, Farmingdale class of 2010, instructing in Farmingdale for 4 years. Number 2 is Jonathan Miranda. His hometown is Greenlawn, New York. He's a certified flight instructor, Farmingdale State College class of 2012. Jonathan graduated magna cum laude and has been instructing for us for about 2.5 years. Number 3 is Dave Gardenier from Amsterdam, New York. He is our National Intercollegiate Flying Association coach, certified flight instructor, Farmingdale State College class of 2011. Graduated summa cum laude and has been instructing at Farmingdale for 3 years. And finally, Robert Deinhardt is flying a twin-engine Piper Seminole. He is an airline transport pilot, certified flight instructor with over 6,000 flying hours. Attended Farmingdale State College back in the 80s, 1985 and 1986. The lead aircraft are Piper Arrow, and they are specially configured for our training mission. Horsepower of about 200, force, gross weight 2650, top speed 175 miles an hour, cruise speed 165 miles per hour. They're configured with a G500 glass cockpit, range of about 600 nautical miles. Now that's a well-equipped Piper Arrow. I've got a couple of $100 in the Arrow, and I find it way beyond just a normal kind of training airplane. It's a great cross-country airplane if you want a couple of friends and all the bags you want to put in it. It is a great airplane. Absolutely, yeah. 600 nautical mile range on that aircraft, and our pilots will start flying it now when they begin the commercial phase of their training. That aircraft's a little bit more complicated or complex, as we would call it. It has retractable landing gear rather than pitch flop, so our pilots get a chance, our students get a chance to progress from the simpler Arrow, the simpler Warrior, which has fixed gear, to this aircraft with the retractable landing gear. Yeah, it's an amazing deal where you follow the same kind of training program that the military did in World War II with primary, basic, and advanced. And you got I guess, 2 airplanes, but still, you've got time to work these students, or cadets, if you want to call them that, from very simple airplanes to more complex ones, which in the military prepare them to fly the fighters of the day. Yeah, students start out very basic flying skills. The students learn to get their private pilot certificates. We prepare them for their check out with the FAA. Then they graduate to get their instrument ticket or their instrument certificate. Then they move on to the commercial phase where they'll fly the Arrow. And then finally, to graduate with us, they have to have either a certified flight instructor certification or a multi-engine rating. And that multi-engine aircraft, the number 4 aircraft today is our Piper Seminole. That's a twin engine, again with retractable gear, a more complex aircraft to prepare our graduates to work in the global aviation industry. One interesting note, Farmingdale State College has authority from the FAA to certify our graduates for reduced aeronautical experience for the airline transport rating. Our graduates of the 4-year program are able to serve as a first officer at a major airline with 1,000 hours of flying time instead of the now required 1,500 hours. So our co-pilots can be hired as a co-pilot or first officer with 33% less time than those who do not have that certification. One of the advantages that we have at the college is we're able to offer our best students employment as certified flight instructors, and that will allow them to build the flying hours that they will need to move on to some of their flight schools would do. But what about somebody who's maybe 55 or 60 years old and says, I want to do something like that? What kind of things would you recommend? Well, no age restriction. We're welcoming all college students to the smoking phase wherever they're at. Particularly our students, so there will be college students, and the goal really is to award them the degree, make it college code for the flight training that they do. But unlike other flight schools, we have the college program connected to it. Now, for someone that's just interested in flying, there's some outstanding flying schools at Republic Airport, at Islip Airport. For someone that would not need or want to get the college degree in concert with their professional pilot certificates, that's what I would recommend to somebody who just wants to learn how to fly. They would probably go to what we call a Part 61 school rather than Farmingdale State College. You don't have to be a rocket scientist, though. No, it's just something, it's a matter of great training, great ground training. We spend a lot of time teaching our students before they walk out the door to get into the aircraft. And once they learn the basic skills that they need to be safe in the aircraft, we take them into the air pretty quickly. But with a little dedication, a little focus, and a lot of study, they've got to spend a lot of time preparing to go to fly safely. They're ready to go. So it's great to see these kids after not too many hours flying solo right out of Republic Airport. Coming around one more time. 3 Piper Arrows. How fast did you say they go in cruise? 165? Yeah, the Piper Arrow, 165 cruises, and then the top speed is 175 miles per hour. So we can do that pretty nicely. And then the Piper Seminole, that cruises at about 180 miles per hour. Great cross-country aircraft. And the top speed of that is 232 miles per hour. That'll get you there. That'll get you there in good stead. So say hello to number 1, Ray Castle. Number 2, Sean Miranda. Number 3 is Dave Gardner. And number 4 is Bob Deinhardt. That'll be a great day for flying as they go working in there. It's not formation flying, but they are in trail of one another, one directly behind the other. Yes, they've got to stay at least 500 feet apart, and they've got a little bit more than that trained in today. Got a little wind they've got to contend with. But they're going to make a nice gentle left turn and come back over the center point at about 1,100 feet, so they'll pass right over the water tower. And bid farewell to all of the great attendees at the Jones Beach 2015 Airshow. As we see airliners circling around the area here going into JFK Airport, the commercial aviation guys versus the general aviation guys, and sometimes people think there's a little bit of friction between the two, but without general aviation, there's a lot of things that won't happen in this country. Well, that's right. The United States is a very well-developed general aviation industry and program to feed military and our commercial aviation industry, so it's very, very important that they continue to serve in that manner. General aviation includes air ambulances and the kinds of activities that fly organs from one hospital, one city to another to make sure they're all ready. That's absolutely, as I said, a very important for all those missions. There's a wing range from number 4, Bob Deinhardt, as he departs back to Republic Field, back to the Flight Center at Farmingdale State College. On Memorial Day weekend, we want to share our pride in the many Farmingdale State College students, staff, graduates who serve on military active duty, guardsmen, reservists, and veterans who have served or continue to serve with great honor, willing to give their lives for this country. Memorial Day is about remembering and honoring those who didn't make that ultimate sacrifice in our nation's uniform, and we dedicate our flyby to them